Hello YouTube, it's Toy Adventures here again with another figure review, and as you can see, we got a big one. This is the Grab and Growl Indoraptor. I literally stayed at Target for 4 hours while they stocked the shelves to snag this one. So I'm super excited to get into it and show you guys all of its awesome features. First things first, I have some pretty big announcements regarding this figure. This is not the only one I'm getting. I am actually going to be having 2 Indoraptors, and there's a reason for that. I am hosting another giveaway to celebrate 5K subscribers. That's right, another giveaway. The last one we did was the Suchomimus. This one is going to be for this guy, the Grab and Growl Indoraptor. Now, let me go ahead and address some questions I know you guys are going to have. The giveaway will start later today. I will have a picture up on my Instagram, so go to my Instagram. I'll have the name down in the description. Make sure you go there, make sure you follow it, and I'll have the post up that will give you the instructions on how to enter in the giveaway. You have to follow all the instructions in order to be entered. The giveaway will be global, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you are eligible to win the Indoraptor. The whole expenses are paid for by us, won't cost you a dime. So anyway, and that's the announcement for the Indoraptor. Now for the Chaos Effect. I know a lot of you guys are really waiting for the Chaos Effect video. I know. We are getting to it. We just have to find a date to film. Once we start getting filming, it's only a matter of days till it's out. I'm just waiting for a few more things to come in the mail before I'm ready to start filming, because a lot of the things that are coming in the mail are stuff I want to use in the film. So don't worry, it is coming. I haven't abandoned it. I've just had a lot of other stuff to film in the meantime. Okay, with all those announcements out of the way, let's finally get on to the Indoraptor. So as you can tell, they stuck with the blue packaging from the old Indoraptor. I'll show the box here now. So as you can see, it's the same overall design. You still got the woodland background here and the blue overall theme with the broken fencing. Very similar. It's like a hybrid between the Indoraptor's packaging and the Thrash and Throw's packaging, which is appropriate considering what the figure is. It's basically a Thrash and Throw Indoraptor. So down here you can see it says Grab, Chomp, Thrash. And it does all those. I don't know how well it does all of those. I mean, I've been messing with it and it's been pretty weak. So down here it shows the Baryonyx, Triceratops, Allosaurus, Metrio, and then it shows the Thrash, Chomp, and Grab, and it shows it with the little mini-me right there, which, funny enough, while I was at Target, I also found these guys, the mini-me and the Protoceratops, or the Protoceratosaurus. So I also found these two. I'm probably not going to do a review on them since I'm already berating you guys with a bunch of videos as it is, but you'll see them in future videos and pictures. So, before we get them out of the box, now that we've taken a good look at it, let's see what are its features. Okay, well, you move the tail around just like in the other one, and he thrashes around. You can tell it's kind of weird and kind of limp in some areas. Like, you can't get the head itself to turn, like you can with the Thrash and Throw. The head itself doesn't move, only the neck and upper body moves. Now, to get the arm, now this confused me at first, but to get the arms to do its little grabbing motion, there's a button right here on the tail. You press that, you pull that down, and you get a really, really weak grab. It could have been a lot stronger, but, you know, it's something. I'm sure if you position the arms correctly, you can get it to grab better. And then for the chomp, it's at the bottom of the tail. This is what confused me, because it wouldn't chomp. I thought it was like the Thrash and Throw, where you just move it down and it chomps. No, there's a separate button right down right here on the tail. You'll see it when I get out of the box. But when you press that button, you can see that even the eyes light up. You can make it talk. Hey guys, it's Toy Adventures here. So, very, very cool. I like this figure a lot, and I'm really excited to get it out of the packaging. So let's go ahead and break into it. Boom, here he is, out of the box. First impressions, I can tell already it's going to be pretty top heavy because a lot of the mechanical features are up here in the upper body, leaving the back of the body kind of hollow and frail. But I just literally now got it out of the box, so let's see if it can actually, you know, stand on two legs. Come on, I gotta get it to where its tail's not leaning on anything. Actually, it stands pretty good. That's actually pretty impressive. If you guys seen my Suchomimus and Sticky Mullet review, they had pretty bad standing issues. But I figured with the articulation of this guy, we might be able to work around it, and it turns out you will. So he stands fine. That's a good sign. Let's get on to the rest of him. So, for the rest of the Indoraptor, the articulation is better than what you think, because when you first find this guy, you're going to notice that his hands are in like this neutral position, or this reaching out position, and they're not going to really move as easily as the superposable one, but they do move. You just got to be kind of slow and kind of forceful. Don't like be quick with it, just nice and easy, and they will bend. And once you start moving them around, they're going to move around a lot easier, so you won't be afraid to break or snap any of the pegs. Just be gentle and slow with it, okay, because they're brand new, so they are going to be a little stiff. But once you work with it a bit, she'll move around a little more. Or he'll. It's a male, apparently. So, if you guys followed me on Instagram and watched my lives, you know I was really iffy about even buying this guy because I thought the first Indoraptor was so perfect. But once I started doing toy movies, I needed something like the Thrash and Throw, but for the Indoraptor. And this was just a match made in heaven. So when I found out about what it was actually going to be, I knew I was going to have to buy it immediately. So here we are now. Let's go on to the articulation. And yes, guys, I am going to be comparing him to the original Indoraptor. Don't worry, I'm getting to that. One thing at a time. So, for articulation, not counting the joints that move the action, you have a hinge right here at the elbow that lets you move in and out, swivel around. Same thing at the wrist. The hand's pretty much identical to the superposable Indoraptor in articulation-wise, except at the shoulder here. The shoulder is a little stiff. You don't have a lot of in and out movement up here, so don't force it. If you want to experiment with it, move it up a little bit with a little bit of force, and if it's really not giving, don't mess with it, because otherwise you're probably going to break it. So, of course, you get one right here at the upper body, one right here at the base of the neck, and one right here at the head. This at the head is more of an articulation feature than it is actually part of the gimmick, so that counts as an articulation point. Then you get another one here at the hips. You have a nice ratchet sound in there. And you have one here at the knee, moves in and out, swivels around, kind of. Then you have one here at the ankle. Moves around, da-da-da-da-da. Very nice articulation for the legs. Super pleased with that one. And for the tail, nothing but right here at the gimmick. So that pretty much covers the articulation. Even for a super, gimmicked dinosaur, it's still pretty posable. And as you can see, it stands so nicely. Like, I barely put any effort into trying to get it to stand, and it stands so nicely. So this figure is already off to a great start. And I found out this in the box. It's the same thing you can do with the Baryonyx. As you can see, in its neutral position, in its most basic form, the mouth is always open. But since it's all rubbery, if you just put a little force into it and shut it manually with a little bit of force, it stays shut. So if you guys want to take pictures or display it with its mouth shut, that's what you guys got to do. It's possible. My only complaint about this figure right now is the eyes. When you're not using the gimmick, it looks like it has no eyes. As you can see, it doesn't really appear that well on the camera. You have to activate its gimmick. Here, let me turn off the lights so you guys can get a better view of its gimmick. And I'll get a close-up on that right now for you guys. Come on. That one isn't that good. Those are the lights and sounds. Now that we've covered that, let's actually check out the actual gimmick itself, see how fluid the movement is. And yeah, so the grab feature. It's the grab and growl. So what does it grab? We'd have to get a human. So let's go ahead and just, here, these are one of these World Peacekeeper guys. I only buy these for the vehicles. The humans I don't really care about, because I have way better G.I. Joes. So let's see how well he can grab this dude. Come on. Not too well. Let's position the hands a little closer because it is a limited range. So the grabbing is not too on there. I mean, you have to really get the hands close together to get the grabbing feature to probably pick something up. I don't even know if it'll do that. Oh, yep, you got to have them really close together and then he'll grab stuff. And then for the bottom of the tail, which is the button is right here, if you guys can see. The button's right here. He moves around so you can have him like roar. So yeah, his gimmick works pretty good. I just wish it moved the head as well. That's my second complaint, I guess, is I wish it moved the head. But it moves everything else, so I still think this is a total win in Mattel's book, considering it can stand so well and still be at least appearing to be top heavy. So let's get on to the detail of this figure. How does this figure look? How will it look in your pictures and on your shelf? Let's get into the paint apps and the detail. Moving down the body, you can see they did not skip out at all. It is a bit glossy because of the plastic they used, but it's around the same amount of detail you'll expect from the other Indoraptor. So if you like how the paint apps were on the other Indoraptor, you're going to like this one. And one of the bonuses of having a separate eyepiece, since it's technically plastic or glass, is they can't screw up the eyes. So you can expect no eye defects. Because I know people have been complaining about that with the Mattel line. Just giving you guys a nice overview of the paint. There's the button for the grab. There's the button right here for the bite. And here, for you guys who care, here is the scan code. So that pretty much covers the detail. I mean, all you really got to do to show up its detail is just let them look for themselves. That's what I do. I just let the camera pan around the figure, let you guys inspect it for yourselves, because there's nothing really I can say when I can just show you guys. Alright, so the moment I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for. How does this compare to its original counterpart, the superposable Indoraptor? Well, let's get them all ready. Okay, so here is the original superposable Indoraptor, the one that most of you guys have already. You can already tell this guy is just a bit bigger and bulkier. This guy's pretty thin. While this guy, of course, having electronics and gimmicks in him, is a lot thicker. So this has more mass to it, while this has more articulation to it. Well, that's actually pretty debatable, considering that it doesn't have any upper body movement here, but this one has so much. So in my honest opinion, which one is better? Depends. Depends on what you want out of your Indoraptor. Do you want posability and just more agility, I guess you can kind of describe this one, because it has more range, like more of it stuff can move, like its elbows and its head? Or do you want better gimmicks? I mean, honestly, if you're going to ask for my preference, I actually prefer the new Grab and Growl Indoraptor. But that doesn't mean I don't like this one. It just means that I think this one's a little bit of more of an improvement. Yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say about that. I mean, this one was really good for what it was, and I still really like it because it's better than anything Hasbro's ever given us. But this just shows Mattel is always looking to improve. So, this is my favorite in between the two. Articulation-wise, they both have a lot of the same joints. Their legs are identical articulation-wise. The arms are identical articulation-wise. The head is where it's really different. Because here you only get one at the base of the neck and the base of the head, where here you get one at the upper body, the base of the neck, and the head. This one also has a mouth that can actually shut a lot better than this one can. This is what it looks like shut. It's not even fully shut. So yeah, this is just an improvement in my opinion. So if you guys are gonna pick an Indoraptor, this one's cheaper, being only $29 USD, and this one's $10 more. It's $30. You can find them right now at Target. I know some Targets have them released and some don't. After today, I'd definitely go check your Target if you're looking for this guy. They have them in stock on the Target website. So if you guys want to go there, you guys can check that. You guys can check the Target.com, or you can check the Target stores. They also have a lot of new stuff out, so I'd go check right now, guys, if you guys are on the hunt. But let's get on to the final part of the review. How does this Indoraptor fit into scale with the rest of the Jurassic World line? Okay, so first up, we're going to do humans. How does it scale in with the human line? Well, let's go ahead and get them stood up again. So here is the Lockwood Battle Owen. This would be the Owen you'd use with him. So he's pretty big. I mean, if you thought the other Indoraptor was out of scale, this one's even more out of scale. It doesn't bother me. I like the mass of it. I think it's a perfect size. But for some of you that are really pressing for movie accuracy, yeah, it's a little oversized. It doesn't bother me though, but I know it'll bother some of you guys who are like perfectionists on scale. Well, there it is with the Owen. I don't have my original thrash and throw at hand right now. It's in the garage and it's really hot in there, so I don't want to go in there. But I do have my custom Buck thrash and throw. Shout out to you, Kyle. He's the man who did this. He's the one who did this. For those of you guys who saw the videos, this is not my work. This is a man named Kyle Brandon Bishop, I believe. I always get his last and middle name confused. Sorry about that, Kyle. You can find him at Bricks Battalion on Instagram. He is open commissions. He'll do something like that for you guys if you guys have the money. So here it is compared with the Grab and Growl Indoraptor. Get you a better view. Those are the two thrash and throws of this toy line. Here it is with the dinosaur that I know everybody has, so you guys will be able to figure out this scale. The Rorabor's Triceratops. I still think he's too small. So there they are together. And finally, last but not least, another one I know a lot of you guys have is the Action Attack Carnotaurus. They're about the same size. Carnotaurus is a little taller. Alright guys, it's going to do it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and go to my Instagram. It's toyadventures_. Follow me and be ready for the giveaway post. As I said before, I am giving away a brand new Grab and Growl Indoraptor. It's going to be global. Anyone around the world can win. And I'm going to make a post describing all the rules and whatnot. So go there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Toy Adventures. Out. Stay tuned for that Chaos Effect video, guys. I believe it's coming next. I don't know if something else is going to come up or if I really need to make a video. But that's planned to be the next video. Anyway, guys, have a great day.